Anyway, so I was putting together this document on everything, on reasons, kind of like to validate why we were going to have them not in the county until the situations were rectified. I stopped because I was like, even had my second cup of coffee. I'm tired, and at this point,
you put 2 things on here.
yeah, that's as far as I got. No, like straight up, that's as far as I got. I put that down. I was talking to Nino, and I was like, I need to have more coffee. And Nino's like, look, take a break. Let's figure out
Yeah.
what you need to do. I was like,
He was
okay, good idea.
crashing at everything.
So I literally couldn't focus on anything. I didn't have any. I was like, well, I had one cup, but I was like, this isn't enough. So then I go through. I finally get more coffee, and as soon as or before I even get it, Cassidy calls me and he says, piece of shit, you were subhuman who doesn't deserve the job. If you want to help this department, you need to just fucking like resign. And it goes on. He's like, he crashed out so hard.
Yeah.
I didn't call him a name. I'm just like, look, explain yourself. What did I do? He's like, you shot that man in the head after you warlorded him. And it's like all this fucking shit and just going back and forth. And he's like, you don't deserve the job. You were fucking put there by Nino and fucking all this other shit. And he kept going on and on and on. And it got to the point where I kind of fucked up and I was like, all right, I'm going up there. So I go up there and he's just like crashing out in front of me. He's like, fuck you. You put Hannah in that position. And the only reason you put Hannah there is because he's your friend and fucking all this other shit. And I'm just like, oh my God. And it went on for a good 30 to 40 minutes. Then Viv comes in and she says, this high command is a fucking joke. He didn't even tell us about Pod's death. And I pulled her aside and I had to talk to her. I said, look, I understand you're frustrated. I wanted to tell people in person. On top of that, the MDT was down last night. There's nothing we could do. I was trying to investigate everything. The MDT was straight fucking down. Okay. And I mean, we ended up working it out and she put out this passive aggressive fucking report to high command. And then she did apologize for yelling at me. I was like, look, I don't give a fuck if you pull me aside and yell at me one-on-one, but it needs to be me and you. Yeah, I understand your frustrations. We ended up working that out. I talked to her and she's just kind of like, I'm expecting to be officer. It's like, I'm not going to fucking, what? You're not getting demoted. Like, it's perfect. The emotions you're experiencing are perfectly reasonable considering an officer died and you felt like we were hiding that from you when that wasn't the case. I was like, here's how you correct it moving forward. And that was it. So he dealt with that. Then we just kept going on. Fucking Ventura went on. He fucking laid into Nino about this whole shit. And then fucking Ventura literally couldn't have any, he couldn't make up a logical thought. He kept fucking deflecting the entire situation by saying, in my opinion, the funeral was over, when it's like, well, no, motherfucker, it's not your opinion either. That's like saying, you know what that's like saying? In my opinion, I think I'm pregnant.
He was doing that shit, I think, when Grayson was speaking.
Yeah, so it's literally, it's like
How is
no,
the funeral over?
He tried to,
I remember he was twatting out. There was somebody speaking, and I remember thinking, why the fuck is he doing this right now?
Yeah. I mind you that Ventura, I'd like to think that I tried to play mediator to some degree, because it was getting bad. There was like 10 cops in there. And I made sure that everyone stayed quiet so Cassidy could say his piece, and then followed by Peters. And that meant stopping interruptions from Ventura, from Vic, you name it, from putting their 2 cents in. But after a whole lot of, some of the things he missed here was Peters ruined the LSPD. Like a lot of like just crazy shit. And when Peters would be like, can you explain how?
What do you mean? What? They were saying Peters ruined the LSPD.
There was statements like,
that's literally what they said.
Yeah. When Peters asked, what is your problem with me? You ruined the PD. Everybody hates you. No one likes you. You're annoying. Subhuman. You're like just boop, 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 boop. And
who was saying this?
Cassidy. And then when it came to Peters' time to talk, Peters couldn't go like 2 minutes without the interruptions and the side quests. It became deflect. And on it, pretty much the reasons for why that conversation originally happened got thrown out the window. I mean, there's even what that you're targeting Cornwood, and it was like, wait, what? Like, 'cause I was in his car. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm still here. This whole thing is like, I'm in his car writing legislation, trying to chill and calm him down, and this turned into this 10-hour thing. You haven't even. Oh my god, it's been a day. It's been a day, Peters.
So honestly,
Smooth.
yeah,
Thank you for the fresh
so
sub.
that happened, right? And it was just like, look, whatever. You know what? I was like, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm just gonna walk away. We needed to address the pod shit, which kind of Nino pushed me in that direction. He's like, look, your officers need to know what happened. I'm like, you're right. So I went up there. We addressed that, and immediately, as soon as that's over, I start learning that there is a from what it looks like there's a hell week brewing in the South Side. And I'm like, fuck, this isn't good. You know, I'm like, Nino, can you get a hold of these guys so we can work something out and figure out what the exact problems are? So we put together this whole meeting. I go in off duty.
Oh, wait, you're missing something.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So I talked to Saint, which was one of these individuals, and he went on a 20-minute, here's all the problems, right? A lot, mostly between drugs and the G-checking shit.
How much of this is actual officer misconduct versus we have a lot more units now on duty, so we're actually able to respond to things, and people are just pissed off that they're getting arrested?
It's 50-50.
It's 50, yeah.
Because I'm gonna take this, like, all of this whining with a grain of salt. I understand if officers are instigating and saying stupid shit and causing people to get upset over that is one thing. But if they're just pissed off because we can actually respond to stuff now and they're getting arrested, you know, tough luck. I don't know what to tell you.
I think it's, let's say I believed it was 50-50 at the time of that phone call. And I say that because there was a lot of whining. It depends, right? So after having spoken to him, it became clear that the conversation I had with SK originally, which was significantly more in depth, is that SK, who's the mana, had a problem with a different set of officers than Saint did. The only tying factor for them was they couldn't understand. It was two separate things. Is where's the investigation? Why are 6 cops rolling in? And the feeling of, well, there's nothing that we can do because we go to jail, and the moment we're out, there's already been tweets and they're already on our block saying shit. The second main complaint, and I think this is the more concerning bit, is the instigating, which is like the stuff over the weekend with Cypress, the phone call to SK where it's like, yo, we got you, boys. We're coming back to clap you, to some shit like that. So that's where it's kind of 50-50.
Yeah, the other issue is, listen, I know everyone can say that we've ruined the PD and stuff, but I'm going to be honest. I don't think cop numbers have ever been this good. And I don't think it's solely us, right? It's the entire police department. That being said, I don't think people are used to seeing that many cops on duty. But you put, like you said, you take that with a grain of salt. So there is some stuff where it's like, okay, you know, people are going around, they're enforcing the law. People take that as one way. Except for while we were literally going down to have this meeting, I witnessed a BCSO cadet tweet out some shit baiting the
Quangle.
Quangle baiting the fucking the Cypress boys.
Yep.
So
that like, was happening since Friday, mind you, since Lang's arrest. It was a tweet showing Nakota and Quangle hanging out while Lang is watching. Now, mind you, a little bit of context. This is my ear to these matters began around that time because I saw members of because they said they're going after Nakota, right? The whole thing, right? And obviously that shouldn't happen. But the problem was that when Lang tweeted that out, it then resulted in 3 days of photos of Nakota in cars, them in certain locations, saying, come and shoot us. There's no other way to put it. It was strange. So
anyway, we go to diffuse the situation, or not diffuse the situation, but it's like, like I am a firm believer that concerns need to be aired out. I mean, fuck, I don't even the jail shit. I don't want to see people sit in jail for fucking 10 hours over one singular situation, which that's just like that's a whole separate issue. So it's like, like
without diverting, that call with Saint happened, and me and Peters went down there. It was St. Clair, it was the Ballers, and it was Mana. 3 of them, right? And
why did you go off duty?
Just in case something did happen.
Blip watching.
What do you mean?
Well, the issue is everybody's fucking blip watching.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking like,
everybody is in everybody's business.
Yes, exactly, and this doesn't need to be aired out in it. Like this can be dealt with. Okay, so my thinking for that is like, this doesn't need to be dealt with in a public forum. Not everybody needs to know about this.
Look, I had the same concern, Daisy, and I'm sure I played a part into thinking this was a good idea as well. And this is, I would say, 30 minutes after that heated exchange up north, in which there was a lot of accusatory statements that were made throughout the entire thing. So I think the last thing I think we wanted is, like, in the midst of this, it turns into a 1 week like photo thing. You got, like, keep in mind, we're going there in good faith. Last thing we need is Quangle or whoever the fuck rolling out around the corner, and for whatever fucking bullshit reason, and now him and I are dead. You know what I mean?
So while we're in this meeting, we're having a conversation, and then Den gives me a call, and he's like, "Look, we're about to roll on forum." I was like, "You need to break off forum." And then Saint gets a call, and ultimately they're like, "You're still rolling on forum," and then he pulls a gun on me.
Yeah. And like, it was, I mean, it wasn't even, it was the most brain damaged thought process that I think I've witnessed. I knew you guys were dealing with bullshit. I didn't notice you were dealing, I never knew you were dealing with this level of brain damage. This conversation went from, how are we going to trust you, into, I just got a call that there's people on forum, to, like, I think this conversation lasted like 5 minutes, with this guy, like, coming down, saying he was interested in talking, and immediately pulls his fucking gun, and I'm screaming, wait, and then all of a sudden they shoot him.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You were one of the first. You were the very first person to ask me that. Thank you, Moss. You know, this is why I think you were one of my friends. Are you hungry or something?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Just all the blood ran out of your face.
I'm fine.
Okay, that means you're not fine. I've learned that.
What happened?
But what do you mean, what happened?
So you got shot. What happened?
Nothing. That was it. That's the end of it. But somehow it's literally.
Roll in?
Well,
like, what
no,
happened?
no. So I got him to the hospital, and we get out, and while we're just like, what the fuck just happened? Immediately, what was it? 10 minutes later? 10 minutes from that
we'll
point?
call it 15 for the sake of.
Well, it was 15 for the total bit. It was probably like 10 minutes afterwards. Now he's getting a phone call from the marshals with everything. And then I get a call
what do you mean,
afterwards.
everything?
Like, what happened? What was it? Well, go ahead. You're on the call with it.
So wait, with the marshals?
Yeah.
So the marshals call me immediately. Is that what you're asking, Moss?
Yeah.
Okay, so the marshals call me 15 minutes after all of this transpired, getting shot, right? It's like shot by like within the first 15 minutes, I get a call from the marshals, and the marshals say, are you telling the police department not to work with the marshals?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What? Like what are you talking, like I don't know what you're talking about," because I'm like, "Are you talking about Forum?" And she's like, "No. Are you telling
Who is
office?"
this?
This is Nova.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, is this about Forum? Like, what are you talking about? And she's like, are you telling officers not to go after drug calls? I'm like, huh? Like, I never told anybody. I was like, no, I've never told anybody not to go after drug. Are you okay?
It's cold up here.
Fine.
It's
I'm
nighttime.
fine.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, she then goes, are you telling officers to not go after drug calls? I said, no, like what the fuck is going on? And then she's like, okay, so you didn't tell officers not to go after drug calls. I'm like, no, I'm not telling anyone not to go after drug calls. What are you talking about?
So
And then yeah, I end up hanging up. I get a call from another marshal, and they're like, we need to talk. And then I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Let's go get some drinks and let's hang out on the
yeah.
at the vineyard. That's it.
Yeah. We have yet to even discuss the bullshit that just happened. I'm over here questioning why. I got a phone call shortly thereafter.
Nino got a phone call. Then the marshals on top of that.
Oh, hold on. So I get a call from Nova as well. And now at this point, I'm like, how did in the span of 15 minutes, 20 minutes at this point, right? This situation happened that nobody knew about, was around a corner somewhere, so as that this meeting could happen, keeping us safe and for it to be transparent between parties. Turn into the marshals calling us about this. Now, how I know it's about this, how I highly suspected it is because he got a call and then I got a call right afterwards. So, in other words, it's a matter pertaining to Forum and it's involving both of us. What the fuck occurred? Now, what actually occurred, which we were able to deduce, is Saint called Ventura, who then called Nakota, who then called the marshals, in a span of 20 minutes after these fucking cunts spent God knows
15,
how long.
Less than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's actually so fucking absurd that these guys, as I had already sort of suspected, were just looking for something. And so at this stage, it becomes a matter of we need to tell somebody that's not going to take whatever happened. It needs to be reported to somebody that's not going to use it to maliciously go after, whatever their agenda is, as opposed to the bigger picture here, which is cops are about to die. Now, the most insane thing about all of this is that Saint, somebody that I don't even fucking know, was doing the most amount of fucking crying about cops. And he plastered it over Twitter, vaguely otherwise, and was willing to shoot someone that was ready to listen to him over problems. And you get what I'm saying? Like, he's there to fucking listen to them, and he thinks that it was a setup to go after a little bit of drugs. Like, it's just, and then he calls Ventura about it, which I don't understand.
What do you mean you don't understand? Well, I understand why Ventura's going so hard. I told him I wanted to.
Not Ventura, I mean Saint.
Oh, I don't know that.
So, you're the first officer that we've mentioned this to, so that it can be handled properly.
Okay, what's going through your mind?
fallen.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need your Viagra?
No.
Okay. Well, I feel like you're having some thoughts over there, and great news. Nino's trying to become a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
Did
I'm also
you
thinking about retiring.
report getting shot?
No. He did not.
No, why would I report getting shot?
Because we have a duty to report all violent felonies, at least in our SOPs. I don't know if it's legislated.
There's literally no Good Samaritan legislate. I wasn't even on duty.
Yeah.
That's what the SOPs say. If you witness a violent felony, you have to report it.
I mean, that's what he's doing right now.
That's what he's doing, right? He's
Yeah.
reporting it to me. Okay.
Yeah. And so, and I want to underline this, right, is he's a victim. I could have gotten shot. And before we're even able to even figure out what the fuck just happened, is that he's getting investigated.
That's the whole
Like,
thing.
that's the thing. So at this point, so that
I don't know exactly what they would be investigating you for.
well, it's you're not wrong about that, right? And we've already discussed. Me and Peters have been drinking beers for a minute. It's not about what they're investigating. It's that it got to the marshals in 15 minutes, and now it's like, well, you reported. What's going to happen? They didn't even ask how he's doing.
Are the marshals even looking into the Cornwood stuff? Into Bobby Plod?
Yes. So I did talk to Grayson. Grayson was looking into it because I was like, I need to figure out what the fuck is going on because I need to talk to Cornwood. But I was like, I called the marshals. I was like, who's dealing with this? They gave me 3 different numbers to call. Finally, I got a hold of Grayson. He's like, I'm going to deal with it.
Suspended?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's like, even it's so dumbfounding is that the entire reason we went up there turned into fuck you, Peters, and fuck you, Nino.
Yeah, that's the other situation. The whole Cornwood thing was like, haha, accident.
Cornwood wasn't suspended. He's being investigated
he's been on
for
duty.
Shooting a cop.
Yeah,
he's on duty.
Oh my God.
Well, he's not. I don't think he's in duty anymore. I'm gonna be honest, Moss. I just don't know. I don't know. At this point, it's like, who am I supposed to report it to? I've got a criminal working with 2 BCSO to try to take me down to the marshals.
No. To who? I don't think Nova did anything wrong here.
No, but she's got no.
Oh.
I don't have any bad blood with Nova or Lockhart. I think both of them are great. But the thing is like, what am I supposed to do at that point?
Really hot day.
A cop gets shot. There's people that want to kill all the police, and God forbid you find out and you try to stop it and understand why it's happening to prevent it from happening. And within 15 minutes, it's in the marshal's office. Like, I want to paint this again. Is that to prevent dumb people from doing something dumb and putting my life and his life at risk, is that we go somewhere to speak to these guys to be like, who touched you? We're on the doll. Is that with the moment something happens, within 15 minutes, it goes to Ventura, goes to Nakota, it goes to a marshal, and he's getting a phone call, and then I'm getting a phone call. How? That now all of a sudden these people you want to just shoot up or whatever are all of a sudden your primary, like, oh, this guy's telling, you know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of logical leaps and how quickly that shit had to move is fucking insane. And then at that point, it's like, I get, if I put myself in the civilian shoes, how the fuck do I see all this and be like, how do you trust any cops to do the right thing? Now, I know I can trust you. I can trust a lot, but I have interpersonal relationships with you guys. I've seen how you move. But holy fucking cow, imagine somebody that hasn't had a chance to get to know some of the police force. The wild thing about this, reversing back, is that when I was on the call with Saint, I brought up some of SK's issues to try to suss out, because I was starting to notice that the only commonality was like a lot of cops without an investigation zipping in on the forum drive on like a single guy selling, right? And I was able to suss out, like, you know, I was trying to relate and try to find out like what is the core issue here. And during that, I mentioned SK's problem with Ventura, which came down to they had a bunch of people in the Saints in the cells. Ventura was there with them. SK tweets out talking to the Saints. Ventura calls him and says, "You guys are next. We're going to put you in the cells," and a bunch of garbage. SK was pissed at Ventura. I brought up that example. I'm like, are you upset with that situation too? And Saint says that him and Ventura are tight.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't... The reason I bring this up is because I don't even know where the law begins and where it ends at this point. After this.
I
mean, the other thing is, okay, I need to know. So regardless, I am reporting it. But if it's been reported,
think you both are making this way too complicated.
Oh God, marshals are gonna be here in 10 minutes.
Okay.
We gotta dump a body.
Okay.
What do we do?
On. You get the car.
What do we?
You get the car.
Okay, I'm gonna chop her up.
Okay.
Listen,
we got her car over there.
Oh my God! You know what?
Her car.
Hey, do you want to play golf?
Yeah.
All right.
I need help with getting my golf clubs. So I never.
Oh my! There's a drone.
No.
Oh, that's a bird.
That's a bird. Fuck! You scared the fuck out. How do we know that's not a drone? What if they got bird-shaped drones?
I mean, they could.
I mean, there's that whole fucking wild conspiracy about people thinking birds aren't real, which I think is crazy. But I also think that's possible.
Okay. Let me call Veronica.
Okay, call Veronica.
Hey, someone passed out here from.
She does in 13 Alpha.
Oh my God! See, this is why you go off duty.
Just please don't 13
Should we?
Alpha.
No. Who does it? Should I do it? Who's more? Listen, we need to help her.
Okay.
Moss, I'm gonna put some. You know.
Moss. I got water.
Pour some. Tilt her head up. Put a little bit of water in the mouth.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
All right, we got to call this in. Call 911.
Hello, the chief is down. We need medical here.
Let him know that she passed out. How would you? What? Peters, say she passed out. Oh my fucking God. You might as well be like, I think she might be dead. Holy fucking shit.
I'm letting you know she passed out and I had nothing to do with this. I think she might be dead. Is that what you wanted me to say?
No! Peters! Jesus fucking Christ.
Then why did you say it?
Okay, look, on the bright side, we reported it, right?
Okay, yep.
You know, I gotta say, it didn't help that you stirred the fuck out of it instead of letting it come down and us just explaining it. You know what I mean?
Well,
You like pre-heart attack her.
I said it wasn't that big of a deal. Boss.
Did you get a response?
Yeah, EMS is en route.
Okay.
Coconut.
Oh my God. What is this day?
I don't know. Tuesday?
You know, I gotta say, at least we create amazing moments.
It's true.
For hours at a
It's
time.
true.
I mean,
It's true.
we were like, can you imagine? Like, I'm just saying, like, we're just drinking beers up here.
Yep. Think about all the shit that happened. Yeah, you know what? At the end of the, do you hear a helicopter?
I'm just saying, like, the fact that we didn't report it right away and built up the drama, like, I feel like people need to know to, like, take their time with shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
There's more interest in it. Like, imagine,
Well,
like, why would you call after 15 minutes? Like, why you, like, you know what I mean? What are you going to do afterwards? You got to build it up. The tension.
The other thing is, do you realize just by being in the positions we are in, people come into Los Santos just to hate us?
Oh, 100%.
That's got to say something.
Yep, that's true. Well, why do you think, you know, my cousin Tugs gets so much, like, you know, a little nephew or whatever, this kid I know?
Yep.
Yep.
What were you saying? Why does he get so much? Okay, here we go. Sirens. Yep.
Oh, we got to get back in. Someone's coming.
There's multiple sirens. Okay.
All right. Oh my God, Moss! Moss, stay with us! Hey!
Moss!
Okay, at least we know Ventura and company are not on duty. Wait, is she off duty?
Wait, how do we know?
Wait,
Maybe?
why are the cops not coming down here? The chief is down in the middle of here, of all places.
Well, we don't.
After you've 911.
We don't. Okay, she did an alpha, so that's good.
Oh.
I don't even know if she bravoed.
Okay, I'm gonna go see, because I heard EMS, but I don't see him.
Yeah, I heard 2 vehicles.
Smuzzy, thank you for the 87 months.
It wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that wasn't even. She's coherent.
Oh my God, EMS is on the way right now.
Coherent. She's conscious. Okay, she said I got to stop giving her heart attacks. I didn't even do this one.
I fucking told you. You did. The way you were talking to her on the phone, you were like hyping it up to like.
I wasn't. I said it's not a big deal.
Said this was a 12 out of 10.
No, she didn't give me a scale.
You compared it to Cornwood killing one of your officers.
No, I mean, well, I think it's worse because those officers are plotting to kill me.
Echo 32 23 911.
Oh, hey, hey. We've known each other for a while, right?
Yeah, for a hot minute.
Okay. Are you going to be able to keep this under wraps?
Yeah, what's up?
We just need her to get some help.
Yeah.
All right.
This isn't the first time we've had to do this today.
What?
Hey, if I need you somewhere to help someone, you know, on the...
Hey, if someone needs help, just call me.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm okay. I think I just
Yeah.
got a little lightheaded.
You know, a couple too many shots of wine, or a couple glasses.
Nope, I don't drink.
Well, that's good. It's been a warm day out.